everybody, I'm Joey Paul and I'm an indie author and welcome back to my channel. I write young adult fiction across a variety of genres, and if you think that might interest you, then think about subscribing below. So it's that time of the year again when I talk about tracking my time. I have for the past couple of years tracked my working time and then done a breakdown at the start of the year to let you all know the numbers. I'll link the one for 2022 up in the cards. Before we get into the figures, let's talk about what I track and what I don't. I do track drafting time, I always have done. I track writing blog scripts and blog posts, that kind of thing. I also track revision time, and for the first time ever, I tracked the professional edit. I don't track social media time, I don't track making graphics or anything else like that. I also don't track times doing some of the behind the scenes stuff because it would be too fiddly for me to manage. These are all usually jobs that happen once or twice a month or once a day, and it would be such a small number that I didn't think that it mattered to track them, since I always just fit them in where I can. In the past, I've not been able to track editing because I had a different way of doing things, and to track would warp the numbers considerably. But in 2023, I worked with a different editor who had a different way of doing things, and so was able to track all of the developmental edits and line edits and proofreading. It's obviously going to have an effect on my numbers, but I'm happy with that. So let me get down into the breakdown and tell you what it all means. So as you can see, over the spread of the year, I worked 419 hours, 21 minutes and 15 seconds. You can see that in the middle of the year through May and June, I had really heavy months, and that was during the professional edit, during dev edits and line edits and stuff like that. Other times during the year, it's been pretty much the same, but that's basically how my year looks. So going into the breakdown. As you can see from the pretty pie chart, I have done a lot of projects. I use Toggle Track, which allows me to set aside a different color for a different project and then track it from day to day, month to month, week to week, etc. So let me just break it all down for you. In black is Authortube, where I spent 22.38% of the time, or 93 hours, 52 minutes and 11 seconds. In dark purple is Invisible, where I spent 9.95% of the time at 41 hours, 42 minutes and 59 seconds. The red is Viral Detection, which I spent 9.86% of the time at 41 hours, 20 minutes and 33 seconds. The dark forest green is Disability Detectives The History Thief, where I spent 9.58% of the time at 40 hours, 10 minutes and 24 seconds. The yellow is Viral Infection, where I spent 8.17% of the time at 34 hours, 16 minutes and 49 seconds. The light blue is Disability Detectives The Spanish Stalker, where I spent 7.98% of the time at 33 hours, 28 minutes and 1 second. The light purple is Translucent, where I spent 7.45% of the time at 31 hours, 14 minutes and 1 second. The kind of skin-coloured beige is Crime Chronicles The Third Ache, where I spent 7.36% of the time, or 30 hours, 52 minutes and 41 seconds. The orange is blog posts and blog scripts, which I do every single month. I write my blog posts for the month ahead, I write the blog scripts for the month ahead, and I spent 6.66% of the time, or 27 hours, 55 minutes and 8 seconds. The light green is Disability Detectives The French Murder, where I spent 5.74% of the time, or 24 hours, 4 minutes and 44 seconds. And finally, the dark blue is Cache of Memories, where I spent 4.86% of the time, or 20 hours, 23 minutes and 44 seconds. As you can see, it's really a weird breakdown in the fact that some projects took up a lot of the year, other projects did not. Authortube and blog scripts are the only ones that I did absolutely every single month. For working on book from start to finish, that would have been Viral Detection and The History Thief. They were both started in 2023 and finished in 2023. I did a few months of Cache of Memories and French Murder at the beginning of the year, and a few months of Spanish Stalker and Viral Infection at the end of the year. So basically that's my breakdown. That's what I've worked on. The editing and revision project was Invisible. Another revision project was Translucent, which I'm actually quite surprised at how much time I spent there, considering it was only the last half of the year. And Crime Chronicles The Third Ache was another revision project, which I spent about half the year doing as well, so they're about even. So there we go, that's my breakdown. Tracking doesn't work for everyone, but I found that it's a very useful tool for me. I do not think that everyone should do it because it can cause anxiety for some people. It actually relieves mine. It can be too much of a bother and just all round not a good thing, but it does work for me, so that's why I keep track and why I do like videos like this once a year, because I know some of my subscribers like the breakdown, like the stats and the like, and I like sharing them. I didn't actually do as many hours this past year as I did in 2022. I think I ended up being like an hour short for the same amount, so even tracking the professional edit, that basically didn't have as big an impact as I thought it would. I think that's because I changed editing software halfway through the year, and the new editing software for my videos doesn't take as long to render and stuff like that, so that obviously has a knock-on effect to how much time I'm spending on Authortube. But otherwise I just managed to stick to about the same amount of time doing the same amount of things. So there we go, that's what I've spent my time doing in 2023. Do you track your time? If you do, let me know in the comments down below. So that's all I've got time for today. If you want to support my channel, you can comment, like or subscribe. I post new videos on Thursdays. You can find me all over social media, and my books are available everywhere, and you can also sign up for my newsletter. And don't forget to pick up Invisible, which is the first in a young adult dystopian quartet. And also don't forget to grab a ticket for Wonderland in Nottingham in July 2025, where I'll be signing books, all the links for which are listed below. Thanks for watching, and remember to keep writing. Bye.